Everybody, it's Julie Nolan. Welcome to the Julie Nolan Show. I am so excited. I have a special guest star tonight, and before I bring her on and interview her, I want you to take a look at a montage of photos that shows her in all sorts of different characters throughout her career. And it's done with a song that she sings from Judy Garland, and she sounds just like her, and I am so excited to meet her. I've just emailed her back and forth, but she's going to be coming on the show very soon, so take a look, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could tell I was falling. I would swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. Almost like being in love. Almost. It's almost. But this can't be love because I feel so well. No songs, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I ain't no dizzy spell. My head is not in the sky. My heart does not stand still. Hear it beat. This is too sweet to be love. This can't be love because I feel so well, and yet I love to love. Glad I'm alive, love to live. Think I'll survive. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could tell I was falling. I would swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. Almost like being in love.
Welcome back, everybody. Kathy St. George is here in the house. I have a live studio audience with all women. We're all fanning ourselves and just getting ready to find out about Menopause the Musical, Kathy St. George and her whole career. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So tell me, how did you get to this place being so fabulous, being Kathy St. George? Your resume, I mean, you can't fit anymore. It's like it's like 0.5 or something, all the different shows you've been in. Tell me, so you said something like it was always in your blood, theater?
Yeah, I started out in the business in a roundabout kind of way. I was a teacher in Stoneham. I taught second grade. Okay.
And someone just mentioned that. Kathy just mentioned that.
Oh. And the year prior to my being hired right out of college, I was an accompanist for a singer new to Boston.
Okay.
And I used to accompany her to all her auditions. I was her pianist.
Okay.
And she always sang, "Maybe this time." So I can play that in my sleep. And that's how I was first exposed to theater.
Okay.
So.
And then from there, you just did some tryouts and just did all sorts of different.
While I was teaching, I started working with the Quantipowitt Players of Reading.
Okay.
And then I started doing a little bit of summer theater, and then I just said, I need to go to New York and see if I can make it.
Yep.
And then I got Fiddler on the Roof on Broadway. So.
Wow. And the one that before we were airing, you were doing a funny thing because you were Judy. Is it just Judy, is it called, or is it Judy Garland's?
I've done, 4 different Judy Garland shows over the years.
We were counting to 10. Can you do that again? That was very
well,
funny.
we were counting down for the microphone.
Right.
It's a marvelous thing, you know, when you have to count. I think it starts with 1. And really, then what you do is you just go 2. And I'm not quite sure what comes next.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's marvelous. 3 and 4 really would be right. Yeah.
Now, how do you, when you are going to do a character, did you study her? Like, did you look at a lot of different clips of her and just sort of, obviously, getting some of that? That's the thing that's so fascinating.
Yes.
You don't realize that person's doing that until you sort of pick up those mannerisms all together with the voice.
Yeah. I love her music. I've always loved The Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie. Mm-hmm. And we used to watch it once a year, remember? Sitting around, was it Sunday nights? We'd get to stay up late and we'd watch The Wizard of Oz. And I was doing a show on Martha's Vineyard in 1989. And one of the other singers got laryngitis. And we needed filler. The director was yelling, "Filler, filler, we need filler, we need someone." So I said, well, I can do The Wizard of Oz, the whole movie, in 10 minutes. So that next night, because we lost one of our singers, I just came in on a little tricycle. And I did the whole movie in 10 minutes because I'm obsessed with it.
Can you do a little snippet of that? Do you have a
Mr. Gale, I'd like to talk to you and your wife right away. It's about Dorothy. Why, I'm all but lame from the bottom of my leg. That dog is a menace to the community, and I'm taking to the sheriff and see that he's destroyed. Oh my goodness. It's tragic. I mean, I just do that.
I can't imagine you as a second-grade teacher.
Oh, I loved it. Do you know, I just did Something's Afoot at Stoneham Theatre. Mm-hmm. And 2 of my former second-grade students came to see the show last week. And they're cut like 6 feet tall. Miss St. George, they're looking down at me. Now they're in their 40s.
Yeah, right.
I haven't seen them since they were 7.
Yeah, because I didn't know if you were like a Shirley Temple, like you were doing this since you were like really little. So it sounds like
late, very late.
Very late. But even the singing, you just kind of jumped right into that because you have this beautiful voice.
Thank you.
You know, you just kind of hanging out with it without knowing that you were going to be.
Kind of hanging. I don't know. I started. I mean, my mother always sang. Mm-hmm. She has a beautiful voice, and my sisters all sing, and there was always music around my house growing up, and I always played the piano since a very young age. So, yeah,
there it is.
Here I am.
All right. Well, we should talk about Menopause the Musical because that's your next thing, right? That's in June.
Yes, that is my next thing. I'm starting a tour of Menopause that precedes the Stoneham engagement.
Okay.
And that. I actually brought the playbill, but it's in my purse.
Okay.
But I'm going on tour with Menopause April 22nd.
Okay.
For about 6 weeks, and then we come to Stoneham. We'll be at Stoneham Theatre June 12th to 29th.
12th to 29th. All right, we'll have to get a big bus. We'll all go.
Oh, and I hear tickets are selling very, very well, and they really haven't advertised yet.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, and I was hoping that maybe you could give us a little of that. Do you have any?
Menopause?
Yeah. Do you have any little
Lord.
something?
Oh yes.
Well,
I've been
doing
that show 10 years,
okay.
Off and on.
Okay.
We opened in Boston in 2004, and frankly, I didn't want to audition for it.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to be in a show about menopause. I thought, well, I don't really look my age. I don't want, you know, women.
You didn't want to be associated with that, right? Right.
I mean, I'm not always going to be able to play Peter Pan, but you know, I said I don't want to do a menopause. But I had heard that it was a huge hit in Florida, and that it would be a steady paycheck. And as an actor, you always are looking for the next job.
Right.
You always, you know, usually the regional theater jobs are 6 to 7 week contracts. So you know that for that time period, whew, you're employed.
Right.
And they said menopause could run a year, maybe 2. And
you know,
so
compared to, that made it a little more.
Yeah. And I got it, and indeed we ran just under 2 years.
Now, is it just you, or is it a bunch of women in it?
It's 4 women.
It's 4 women, okay. And
it's 4 women. And there's the professional woman, who's played by an African-American. There's the Earth Mother, who's the hippie.
Yeah.
And then there's the Iowa housewife, who's very, ooh, I'm in the big city, ooh. And then there's the soap star, who's my role.
Oh, perfect.
And she is obsessed with aging. She's always like looking in the mirror, you know, which I'm not acting on stage. I'm like, oh my God, look at those wrinkles. Botox. But I'm not doing any of that. I'm aging gracefully.
good for you. Oh, good for you.
Well, I don't have the money.
Well, but okay. But those stars, there's so many that you're like. First of all, sometimes I don't even recognize them anymore, and they just look so uncomfortable. You know. So good for you. But I think you look great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah. So June 12th through the 29th.
29th,
All right, at the Stoneham Theatre, we're going to see you as the soap opera star that's worried about aging. Am I correct on that?
That's correct. And she, you know, the songs that I do are about, she's going to be replaced by a younger actress. So,
okay, okay.
And, you know, years ago, I worked on All My Children.
Oh, my goodness.
As Susan Lucci's stand-in.
That makes sense.
And she, you know,
You
they
do look
wanted
a lot
someone
like
who was
her.
my height. I had long, long hair at the time. And it was a good little gig back when I lived in New York. So I thought it was funny that when Menopause cast me,
yes,
they said, would you be the soap opera actress? And I thought, well, I can do Susan Lucci. Want to see my Susan Lucci?
Oh, I love Susan Lucci.
Okay, should I do it into the camera? Oh, no, I'll do it to you.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do. Okay. Jackson Montgomery, I wouldn't marry you again if hemlock were the only alternative. Thank you. How many fans do we have? All my children. Fans?
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Kathy St. George is going to do a little medley of Menopause the Musical.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength in Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at nokidhungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
Welcome back, everybody. Kathy St. George is going to do a little medley of Menopause the Musical.
Okay, now, the show opens with change, 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 change of life. So what we do is we sing all the big hits from the years we grew up in, and we change some of the lyrics.
Okay.
So as you know, my big hit in the top of the show is this. I'm having a hot flash, a tropical hot flash. My personal summer is really a bummer. I'm having a hot flash. Wow! These guys are great. And then we have, this is not my number, but I'm away. And here are some of the lyrics. In the guest room or on the sofa, my husband sleeps at night. So it's that kind of a show. You've seen it, right, Karen? Yeah. It's the kind of a show, and I'm going to tell you, there's a woman that's from New Hampshire that first saw the show in Boston in 2004. She has seen it 18 times. And every time she comes back with more and more of her friends, because it's the kind of a show that it's such a celebration of this condition that we all go through. I don't know if it's condition.
Condition is a good word,
what we do in Menopause the Musical is we celebrate it and we laugh.
Yes.
Because what else are you going to do?
Right, right. And to your earlier point where you were saying initially you didn't want to be attached to that term and be on stage talking about it. And now, you've gotten to a place where you are having a blast and everybody else is embracing it too. You're helping us all get there slowly.
I know, really. And we have women in the audience where we sell these hot flash fans. They raise money for a charity by Jeannie Linders, our composer. And we sell these hot flash fans before the show. I think they still do that. And you look out at the audience of thousands of women, and they're. But let me
fantastic.
see some other. Oh, this is a great number. Nothing I can do 'cause it sticks like glue to my thighs. See, it's that kind of a show. It's not Shakespeare, but it has been done in front of millions of women. And if you told me 10 years ago, in 2004, I first was cast in January 2004, that 10 years from now, I would still be doing it.
Right.
I would have said, hey, Menopause the Musical, but it's such a big hit that I'm able to do it and still do
other shows and sort of
yeah.
That's awesome.
So, and I love doing it because it's a blast. It's so much fun. I can't wait for you all to see it. I can't wait.
And obviously you've grown close with the other characters that are in the show with you.
Yes, there's a bunch of us that do Menopause.
So you sort of rotate.
There's always, as I said, 4 actresses. And I've done it with so many different actresses. I did the Vegas company for, I'm going to show off my beautiful necklace.
Yes, you are, from Stella and Dot.
Stella and Dot.
There you go. Very nice to meet you.
Are they right on Main Street in Melrose?
Well, it's actually Marine Island who sells it, and she's in Melrose. So, yeah, because I think you're going to be buying that.
I think I'm going to be buying this.
That's the danger of borrowing jewelry.
Right.
You're like, really? I have to give it back.
Now I forget what we were talking about. See, that's menopause. What were we talking about? Melrose?
We were talking about Melrose. You were saying how much we're going to enjoy, the show.
Yes.
I don't know what else.
One of the things we talk about are mental lapses.
Yes.
They call them senior moments. But what you do is you just keep smiling, and pretty soon, you remember where you were.
Yes, exactly. And we're right back. We're right here.
There we are.
We're
Okay,
here on the show. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
But no, it's great fun. I also should say it is required viewing for men. So all the men in your life, bring them.
Okay.
Because my husband loves the show.
Okay.
He's seen it many, many times.
See, I had envisioned it as being a girls' night.
Well,
with
it's
a bunch
girls' night out.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that in all the years I've been doing the show, there have only been 2 performances where there was not one man in the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you see a lot of women bringing their husbands, and at first they're like,
Or better yet, in the office before. What are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to the musical with my wife.
I know, right. But then we find, as we talk to men after the show, and that they say, I wish I'd known this when my wife was going through it. Like this, I've learned so much about menopause.
Yes,
And men have menopause, don't they?
Oh, they have something.
They have something. They have a midlife crisis.
I have all different names for it, but.
So, yeah, the midlife crisis.
Well, we could talk for 5 days. Unfortunately, the show is only half hour long.
Oh, Lord, have we done
I
half an hour?
I don't think we have. We're going to take a quick break because I have a little surprise for you.
Oh,
Be right back.
wonderful. Terrific.
Yeah.
That's slow. That's slow. That's slow.
Look, he's blushing.
Welcome back, everybody. We're still here with Kathy St. George, and we have some questions from the audience.
Wonderful.
Yes. What have we got?
I have two questions. One, actually, how tall are you?
4'11" and a half.
And yet you wear those little short shoes.
I know.
She should be wearing these.
I should be wearing those. Those are fabulous.
Thank
The
you.
other question is, I've seen Judy Garland twice. When will you do it again?
Oh. Well, I have a one-nighter in October that I'm doing on the South Shore.
In the South Shore?
South Shore. It's a private party. I just did a Judy Garland show down in Miami, in Coral Gables, January and February. So I don't have any bookings up here yet.
We'll have to work
Do
on
something
that.
about that.
Should we work on that?
I think we're going to work on that.
Okay, we're going to work on Judy Garland up here.
Super.
Thank you.
How are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
Good. I was just wondering, so you used to be a second grade teacher.
Yes.
How do you feel that your experience with second graders has helped you deal with some of the personalities you have found in your life in the theater?
Great question.
What a good question. What's the answer? Certainly, it prepared me for a world of all different types of personalities. But I'll tell you, I really miss teaching because I thought it was a great career. I hear things have really changed. I haven't been a teacher since over 30 years. But it really helped me. That's who I really was. I'm a teacher at heart. And so over the years, when I'm not performing, I also work with children, and I also love to perform for seniors. I've done a lot of nursing home type gigs, and I love working with seniors. And also I've gone into classrooms and talked about, like at different career days, I'll go in and talk about what it's like to be an actor and an entertainer for a profession.
What was the most difficult role you've ever played, and how did you prepare for it? That was the question, right?
That was, yes.
Do you know, I'll tell you the most difficult, and then I'll tell you the most wonderful role I've played, if I may. Two ends of the spectrum. The most difficult role that I've ever played was my most recent, not Something's Afoot, the show I did in January and February down in Florida. It was called, I played Judy Garland, and it was called End of the Rainbow. And it was Judy Garland in the last 6 months of her life.
Ooh.
And it's a drama. Unlike the shows I've done at Stoneham Theatre about Judy, those are musical celebrations. This was a play about Judy as she was, right before she died. And it was extraordinarily difficult because she was very, very ill, gaunt, drinking, drugging, screaming. It was exhausting.
It sounds.
But you know what? I loved it because I love her, and I loved bringing her to life, even though it was a very tragic ending that she had. So that was my most difficult play. And the most joyous was when I played Peter Pan in 1994. I did it down in Vero Beach in Florida, and it was my favorite role to date because I got to fly and
I was just going to
sing all
ask
those
that.
beautiful, gorgeous songs. So that was
that
my most
nerve-wracking
fun.
flying, or did you love it?
I was terrified at first.
Yeah.
And I learned immediately, never have a meal right before a flying rehearsal. Oh! And one time, I've seen Kathy Rigby play the role, Sandy Duncan, and Kathy Rigby, of course, world famous athlete,
Yes.
gymnast.
Yes.
So I thought, I was up there flying one day, and I thought, well, I'll just try to do that spin that she does. Oh my Lord! Ah! And I was going around, and I was saying, please take me down, because I felt sick. But
That's great. What a career you've had. This is
it's been a
fantastic.
fun career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you at
Thank
the
you.
Stoneham Theatre.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
I've seen many of your performances. I loved every one of them.
Thank you.
No question, just continued success.
Thank you.
I want to thank my guest, Kathy St. George, and I know that you probably get, after a lot of performances, flowers, I would think. You know how they do that at the end of plays and all that kind of stuff?
Once in a while.
Yeah. Well, here at the Julie Nolan Show, we like to give a lot of gifts, and, you know, we like to be a little different. And so, I have got you...
I love it! I love it!
And it's a silk thing, so you can't even, you just, that's it. That's all.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
It matches my outfit.
It does. I thought of that when I saw you. I was like, ooh, this is good. You should just walk around with it.
This is fabulous. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mwah.
Thank you.